Tyler Herro, what a finisher he's becoming.
Lane, Oladipo. Oh! That's right. You better mean mug after you dunk on somebody that way.
Gonna run it down. He goes with it. Adebayo for the win.
Yeah! Welcome to the 5 Reasons Sports Post Game Show, aka the Post Up on 5R. I'm your host, Royal A. Shepherd. And ladies and gentlemen, your eyes are not deceiving you. This panel is all melanin, all chocolate, all month. No, we ain't gonna do it all month, but goddamn, might as well have it month. So I'm joined. Every member on the panel is a member of the Kane Gang. We came together kind of late, as you know we do, so I didn't have a poem ready for these fellas. But I'm joined by my man Kendall, my man Ricky J. Mark, Brian Young, and my man Twan. Happy Black History Month, fellas. I'm loving this. Because we got us a pretty good game this evening, well, a good half, because that first half was absolute shit, and it put everybody in shambles. But the Heat were able to pull out a 104-86 blowout over the Charlotte Hornets. And we're gonna start with Kane, Ricky. Ricky, give me your thoughts on the game, bro.
You know what? I'll do you one better. I won't just give you my thoughts on the game. I'll give you my thoughts on the future of this Miami Heat franchise.
Wait, how long that's gonna take?
Oh, enough time to get everybody ready to drop their takes.
Okay, I was just saying.
Okay,
they don't need much.
No. Yeah, no, I mean, you just, you know what I'm saying? Like,
get your shit on, Ken.
I got you. Well, look, here's the thing. Bam. Oh, hey, guy. Hey, hi. How you doing? Look, at this point, I think it needs to be clear. I think the debate needs to come to an end. This team's ceiling is as high as Bam Adebayo will allow it to go. I know he shot like 9 for 20 something or whatever, but if he isn't the best player on this team, Miami is not a championship contender, much less a finals one. Okay? He's the best player on the floor 90% of the time. And when he is aggressive, it opens up the floor for everybody else. It makes Kyle Lowry's job a lot easier. It makes Jimmy Butler's 27 points seem almost non-existent. Did anybody else realize he dropped 27 tonight? I didn't until I saw the stat, right? And I'm not sure. Did he play in the fourth quarter? I'm honestly not sure. I think it was the official account that tweeted, if I'd rather a 7 for 21 than a 5 for 7 game from Bam. And I'm with the account on that, because here's the thing. As a superstar, you are required to bring it every night. There's no nights off. It's your responsibility to do this every night. And when he elevates, when he reaches that level, good job. You're doing exactly what we said, what we expected out of you. But when you're not, we're going to let you know about it. It's plain and simple. I love the fact that Kyle Lowry was able to come back and push pace the way he was supposed to. Because here's the thing. When everybody else is doing everything that they're supposed to, it makes everybody else's job easier. I wish it were more complicated than that. I wish I needed some analytics to explain this to everybody. But the reality of the matter is, if Kyle Lowry at 36 years old simply has to worry about getting the offense set up, we're not going to need him to score 30 or 25 points a game just so this team can have a chance. It starts with Bam dictating the tempo, dictating the pace, and making sure everyone on the floor knows that he is that guy. He is Himothy. All the other forms of Ebonic slang used to describe an individual who has that juice, as one would say.
Yeah, I really wanted to make sure that I'm glad that my man Jonathan Rumacon caught that pushing P Barkane, because it was amazing. Thank you, Darius Jordan, for the $5 dono. He said, when invited to the cookout, Duncan brings his gravity. Listen, let me make one thing clear to you. Duncan Robinson is never invited to the cookout.
Nope.
Absolutely not a chance. The unidentified celebrity review. Consistency is key, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the $5 dono. Duncan is a bum. Fall to my knees in the rain, arms to the sky with lightning in the background. Duncan! Yes, Duncan was a bum tonight, but Duncan did other things well. We will get to Duncan specifically later on in the show, but I'm going to throw this to Kane. Brian, give me your thoughts on the game, brother.
Yeah, okay, so first thought is, whoever did that Rainbow Coalition graphic
should be tarred and feathered.
Yeah, I agree. Fuck was that? But I feel like I'm a big build on what Ricky was talking about. I personally still feel like the best guy on this team is Jimmy Butler. I still feel like this team's going to go as far as Jimmy Butler takes them in the playoffs. Like, if we're in a game 6 versus Milwaukee or the Nets or whoever, I don't want to see Jimmy Butler doing any of that. Like, I'm point guard now shit. Nah, man. Like, that's you. Like,
we got one already.
What's up?
We got a point guard.
We got a point. Exactly. Like, I don't need Jimmy Butler deferring to Max Strus. But tonight, I still feel like the story was Bam. Like, usually we see Bam have inefficient starts, and he just doesn't shoot. He just decides, like, I don't have it tonight. Everybody else uses the ball. But tonight, he kept it going. And, it's not great to go, I don't know what he goes tonight, 7-21. Like, you don't want to see that every night. But the fact that he took 20 shots, that's great. That's all we're asking. Like, he's not going to go 7-21 every night. He's going to have nights where it goes 15-21 or I don't know, 10-20 or whatever. That's great. That's fantastic. All we're asking is for you to be aggressive and shoot the fucking ball. Like, you were eating up who was that?
PJ Washington.
PJ Washington that was guarding him every possession. Like, it's a bucket. So I'm saying, Bam, do that every game. Like, I don't see why not. And I feel like tonight it's kind of going towards us seeing Bam really taking on the aggressive mindset. I don't know if it's going to be a long-term thing, but it feels like these past few games he's been there. So shout out to Bam.
Yeah, I think for us, kind of like we've been having the aggressive conversation about Bam for going on 2 years now. And it's like you can't have it both ways. Like, if we want Bam to be aggressive, we want him to shoot the ball this many times, whether he makes them or miss them. So I had zero problems with Bam missing shots tonight. I wanted him to take more shots. Goddamn, keep shooting it. I don't care. But it's good things come from him shooting the ball. Speaking of aggression, we want to thank the primary sponsor of the 5 Reasons Sports Post-Game Show, and that is Aggressive Insurance. Fellas, ladies, they, thems, in these comments, if you have any insurance needs, please visit Aggressive Insurance or www.insurancebylynette.com. Give our phone call at 954-581-8800. Always in the comments, always interacting with us on Twitter. Wonderful lady, and she does definitely know what she's doing with this insurance shit. If you mention 5 Reasons Sports, she will give you a free vacation voucher. So again, give Insurance by Lynette a call at 954-581-8800. I want to thank Poetic Lifestyle for the $199 dono. He said Lowry tried to throw Duncan a lob early in the third quarter. LOL. Lowry should be in prison for that shit. Thank you to Unidentified Celebrity Review again for the $5 dono. Also, when is Ethan going to walk back his Bam doesn't have a post move comment? Because ever since Ethan said it, dude has been a beast in the paint. Being a beast in the paint does not correlate to having post moves. It just correlates.
He still doesn't have a back.
He doesn't have
not at all.
moves. But Ethan has several bad takes, bro. He's never going to walk any of them back. She said, respect the Trayvon birthday message for sure. Since she brought you up, we're going to skip Twan and come right to you, Kane Kendall. You go last, Twan. Give me your thoughts on the game.
A little bit shaky in the beginning. I mean, in that first half, from an offensive standpoint, I really like the mindset that Bam, obviously, and Jimmy came out with. I mean, and that's what, I've been stressing about this team and why I have my doubts on this team being a title contender. Your two best players, they like to pass for some reason, whatever reason that is. But tonight they said, fuck all that, you know what I'm saying? And they was getting their shots up. And I also want to say that first quarter rotation looked a little different. Bam usually comes out with like 8 minutes into the first, and today he stayed in through like 11. Him and Jimmy, and Kyle was the first one to sit. And I really like that. I mean, Kyle should be the first one to go to the bench, let him get those guys situated into their spots, and then from there they should just have an aggressive mindset and take and start scoring. But, it was a little concerning in that first half because by the time we got to halftime, we was down 5, and Tyler, Duncan, and Kyle Lowry only combined for 6 points. And that's where I was like a little uneasy, but I mean, all in all, can't complain because the max players did max player things last in the second half, and especially Bam. I, just like you guys have said already, had no problems with him getting them shots up because it's been them same shots, those same mid-range jumpers where he'll get the ball and, he usually look around for the off the screen action for shooters, cutters, or whatever. But tonight he was just putting it up. I don't know if it was because he was back home or what, but he need to keep that mindset. At halftime, I said, Bam got an aggressive mindset since Boston. Will he keep it up? I don't think so. And I'm going to keep it that way.
Ricky, you
need to relax. Yeah, for real.
demon seed, Ricky J.
I'm
Martin.
seeing the little smiles, and then I'm looking over here like I'm trying
Ricky, you are a demon, Ricky. I'm gonna put that out there, bro.
I didn't say a word.
Don't worry about it.
You don't got to say a word, bro. What's understood ain't got to be explained. But yeah,
Come on, man.
Gang. But yeah, I really like the mindset. I mean, looking at the box score, the guy who's been one of the most steady players, PJ Tucker, got 4 shots today. That is lovely. Protect that brother's knees. Protect them Achilles and them ankles. Because them shots may get short, but now he getting a little break. These are the type of games that we need during the regular season to prolong and just keep our other guys fresh. So good win, led by our all-stars, and I have no complaints about them boys tonight.
Yeah, to your PJ Tucker point, him and Caleb Martin split the minutes at the fort right down the middle, 24 apiece. And that's just what we're looking for. As we get healthier, we can expect to see PJ's regular season minutes go down a little bit just to preserve them for the playoffs because we are going to need them. TJ, my guy, sorry to make you wait so long to get on here and speak, bro, but go ahead and illuminate the audience with your thoughts on tonight's game.
Yeah, man, tonight's game was fun. I wish Kyle Lowry would have shot a little more, but it's all good. I think Tyler Herro had a ridiculous second half. I feel like all of his points came in the second half. I think he had like 3 in the first half, and he ended with 19. He was incredible defensively, like getting in past lanes, deflecting. It was crazy. I don't want to get like too ridiculous with it. I hope people don't take it too far. It's one game, but he was very good defensively tonight. Bam Adebayo. 21 shots ain't enough for me. I need him to take 40. I think E. Reed pointed out a stat. It was like he's taken like 40-something shots in his last 2 games. Like, that is unheard of for Bam. Like,
I think it was 49.
49 shots in his last 2 games. That is phenomenal. The more aggressive Bam we get, the better. I think he's still a little hurt. I think his hands hurt a little bit because a lot of his floaters and his mid-range jump shot, they was coming up a real short. Felt like he was pushing. But he was able to get to the rim, still getting wherever he wanted to, was bullying poor PJ Washington, getting moved off the spot every single time. Incredible defensively. For a variety
of reasons.
Well, if you know, you know. Jimmy Butler with the quietest 27 I've ever seen a day in my life. It was a really good, fun game all around. I love what they were doing. They're looking healthy. They're getting healthy. This lineup of Kyle Lowry, Tyler Herro, Gabe Vincent, and Caleb Martin are they're going on runs like crazy. Like they the one who blew that third quarter, that third quarter, early fourth quarter. They the one who blew that lead up. So I guess Spo liking that a little bit. I'm scared of it because they're small, but it worked tonight, so we'll take it.
Yeah, it works when Tyler's playing defense the way he playing tonight. Tyler, Tony Allen, Herro was a man amongst boys on the defensive end out there. I do like what you mentioned, though. I love the Kyle Lowry, Gabe Vincent backcourt duo. I think Kyle kind of sees him as like Fred VanVleet, and he just they play off of each other in a similar fashion. Let's dive into Bam's game a little bit more, though, individually, because the reason Bam was putting up so many shots is because those were the opportunities that were there. When they were trying to run a dribble handoff, Charlotte was sending 2 to Duncan Robinson every time. And to Duncan's credit, he didn't do much shit else well, but he was getting that ball to Bam on time, like as soon as that double team was coming, and it gave Bam a bunch of the opportunities. So I want you to talk about Bam. I guess kind of, Ricky, I'm throwing this to you, but I want you to talk about Bam kind of shooting out of I guess taking what the defense was giving him tonight, as opposed to not just necessarily hunting, ill-advised shots.
See, the thing about Bam is that if he were a few inches taller and white, we'd be calling him a unicorn based on his skill set. That's the reality of it. I mean, Bam Adebayo has a shooting stroke that allows you to develop him not just from mid-range, but out to the three-point line. That's one. He has the athleticism to pretty much do whatever he wants with the ball in midair or on the break, or if Kyle is pushing the pace. That's 2. 3. Bam is called Bam for a reason. They don't call him Bam because he's a whatever. He's called Bam because he's strong. That boy he's strong. Bam Bam. Y'all remember Bam Bam from the Flintstones? There's a reason they call that boy Bam. Bam was born after that show came out, by the way. There's a reason. That's not a coincidence. Meaning he is quicker than bigger centers than him. He is more agile and arguably more skilled than smaller or comparably sized centers at that position. As a result of that, taking what the defense gives him, allows him to dominate the game by using any one of the skills that God blessed him with, whether it be a mid-range that he needs to take more advantage of, whether it's the agility that he can use to, for example, let's say, and I see Zach in the comments, so yeah, I'll throw this lob to you. I know you want to say it. If for whatever reason the Heat end up facing the Denver Nuggets in the finals, if Bam is there, it is. No, I want Zach to say it because that's his thing, both on Paces and Spaces and in the comments.
He not. That's why I said it for him, bro, because he ain't coming up.
Oh,
here.
Okay, right. Fair.
The Australian,
That's
baby.
Right. That's right. He in the future though, so you know. But yeah, like the reason I'm saying this is because if for whatever reason they end up facing them in the finals, there's no reason why Bam shouldn't be able to abuse that matchup because he's more agile. Yes, he's more agile, and he can punish Jokic by pulling him out if necessary. Like, that's just the way it is. This is what Bam's ceiling is. If he takes advantage of that, then yes. So going back to your original question with regards to taking what the defense gives him, there isn't necessarily a part of Bam's game that if you shut it down, you can neutralize him. And that's what makes him so lethal, and that's what makes it so frustrating at times when we see that he's not being aggressive enough on offense.
Yeah, I think you're taking it a little bit too far because Jokic is a tough matchup for anybody in this league.
Yes,
But I get
MVP.
it. I get what you're saying that Bam has advantages versus just about any center that he faces. Want to thank Coors for the $4.99 dono. He said Duncan is painful to watch. He's on skates on defense, and in the playoffs he'll be unplayable because he will be hunted. Championship move is a trade.
He ain't gonna be here. You ain't gotta worry about that, big fella.
Don't worry about it, Corey. Holla at us next Thursday.
Exactly.
Talk to me next Thursday, bit dog. We'll go ahead and address that. But no, Brian took Ricky's point. Bam does have a mismatch against pretty much any center in the league, and particularly Charlotte, whose front court isn't, they
it's
are
Mason Plumlee and PJ Washington.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, is it an encouraging sign for you to see Bam take advantage of clear, like, obvious mismatches that he has when he gets the opportunity?
Absolutely. There's going to be a lot of games where he has mismatches. The question is whether or not he takes advantage of it. So the fact that he's doing it against Charlotte, it's the first step. Like, there's going to be times where obviously Bam's going to struggle with, especially guys that are bigger and nearly as athletic as him. He seems to really, really struggle against those guys. But the fact that you can take advantage of a PJ Washington or, a Mason Plumlee or whoever, like you take that. It's a base to build off of. And I think that, hypothetically, I don't know if Brook Lopez is going to be back this season, but, if you do see him in the playoffs and he's dropping and, Bam has that space, you shoot it, right? It's the lessons that you learn from these weaker matchups against teams like Charlotte or whoever else, they're going to see in the future. So I'm just hoping he builds off of it. And I saw my concerns. Like, yeah, he did it against Charlotte. I don't know if he's going to do it against anybody else. So we got to see. It's a start.
Yeah, that's kind of what I want people to take it as. This is a start, so I want to make sure that people do that. I want to get to Zach. He says, does this team have enough to win a chip with what it is with Depot returning and Morris doesn't, and we get nobody at the trade line? Can we win it all? I believe that Miami has as good a shot as several teams to kind of get in the dance, but things have to break right for Miami with the way that with the style of basketball that they play. It's going to be matchup dependent, and you can say the same thing for a lot of championship contending teams. So they are well equipped to be a championship team. It's just a matter of them being able to put it all together. Want to thank somebody for the $5 dono. He said must trade Duncan if at very least. I don't know, Jonathan Ramakan still better. Must trade Duncan if at very least to get off of that contract. Spo doesn't trust Duncan to close games, and he getting $90 million. Needs to go. Listen, you guys can talk about trading Duncan all you want, but don't be surprised if he's still here too. Like look, there. Sometimes you don't get off a contract just to get off of it. You want to make a clear upgrade, and if there's not a sizable upgrade, then they're not going to do anything, and we're just going to have to deal with it. Somebody said Duncan closed the night. He was on the floor with Kyle Guy and Omer Yurtseven. So
yeah, they were up by 30.
Yeah, don't give me that
I
shit.
think that actually hurts Duncan Robinson more than it helps him.
On that last point,
what's up?
Don't worry about Duncan's money. Like, it's not money.
Yeah, it's actually a plus.
It's actually Mickey Arison's money.
It's actually Mickey Arison, and he's building. But
what were you about to say? Go ahead.
Yeah,
hold on. Let Brian finish first, and then we'll come to you, Ricky.
Yeah, if we're gonna trade Duncan, it's gonna be for an upgrade. It's not gonna be because of financials. So
yeah. We're not moving him to just for the sake of moving him. It's still a valuable contract that can be moved later on if we decide to do that. But Ricky, what was your point that you're trying to make?
Yeah, so I'll try to make this quick. For those of you that grew up watching Dragon Ball Z, I liken the current Miami Heat roster to the Z fighters on Namek during the Frieza and Namek saga. The reason I'm saying this is because Bam is Goku. Okay? You got guys on this team like Vegeta and all those other guys that can run through some of these other guys like the Ginyu Force and some of these other guys. But unless Goku goes Super Saiyan, you're not beating Frieza. Frieza is the NBA Finals / championship. And Bam has to ascend to that level, and he has that in him. Because the moment Goku showed up against Ginyu, Vegeta, who is one of the best tacticians when it comes to fighting that anime has ever seen, he took one look at him and was like, is this the legendary Super Saiyan? Because not even a year prior, he was fighting with him, and as soon as he became that great ape, he was stomping Goku's legs into dust. So consider this. If Bam ascends into that legendary, let's call it what it is, reaches that legendary status, then they can beat Frieza, aka make the NBA Finals and potentially actually win the whole thing. But unless he does that, it doesn't matter how many Kaokens, like aka really nice games from time to time that he uses, it's not gonna matter because Frieza's on a whole nother level. There's a bunch of beasts out there in the West that we got to be ready for come May or June or July or whenever the finals come.
You know what? Somebody get Ricky J. Mark to clip that thing from Ricky J. Mark, the analogy about the Dragon Ball Z. As a matter of fact, Ricky J. Mark, clip Ricky J. Mark just now. Put that out on the timeline.
Bro,
because
I said Duncan is Krillin.
Well, he for the $2 dono. He said Duncan's defense can save the Lakers out here. Hey, bro, listen, they believe in goddamn Kendrick Nunn defense, so why not Duncan? Thank you, Talking Movies, for the $2 dono. He said those were all certainly words. Yes, but listen, the anime reference was top tier. You know what I mean? You did Michael Christian proud just then. Twan, I want you to talk about Bam. Well, I guess we did enough about Bam. We've talked about him long enough. Let's go to Jimmy because we got some time. We're 22 minutes to the show. Haven't gotten to nobody but Bam, really. I'm gonna give you and Kendall Jimmy Butler because, like y'all said, nah, don't do that to Krillin. Duncan is Yamcha.
Because Krillin holds the sensu beans. Yeah.
Exactly.
That boy at least get everybody right. Get everybody
Thank you, J Rock, for the $1.99 donor. He said if Bam is Goku, Jimmy is Vegeta with Tyler as Trunks.
Thank you, bro.
Nah, Tyler ain't that gangster. Hell no.
Nah.
Future Trunks or Kid Trunks? Because Future Trunks on a whole nother level.
Yeah, he ain't that gangster.
Yeah, we're going to get completely off topic if we do this because, hey, listen, we got a lot of blurs on this panel now. Don't think y'all can take this conversation somewhere that we can't go. We can go anywhere now.
Lane, bro.
I'm telling you. So now I want to talk about Jimmy Butler. Y'all boys said it. He had the quietest 27 I've ever seen in my life, but objectively, he was the best player on the goddamn floor tonight. So, Tuan, I want you to talk about Jimmy's game. What was he doing that kind of made him be able to score that many points without us noticing?
Bro, I looked in like the second half came. I'm thinking, okay, Bam playing really good. Bam had 10 points, and I look up, Jimmy had 17. I'm like, what? Where'd that come from? Like, it's just layups and free throws and some middies here and there. Like, I don't know. They just get him the ball in his spot. He bully. He get a layup. They foul him. He gets free throws. I mean, it's Jimmy doing Jimmy stuff. And he just does a whole lot of Jimmy stuff. And you look up and he got 27. Like, this is how it felt early in the season where Jimmy would just do a whole lot of little stuff. And then you would look up and he's got 30. And like, it's just real quiet. And I like this. I like this Jimmy because it's not 3-point shooting Jimmy. I think he did have one tonight. Please, God, don't take any more. But it's not 3-point Jimmy. It's not point Jimmy. It's what you want Jimmy doing. And it's just attacking all the time in attack mode, in his spots where he wants the ball, getting the shots that he wants to getting to the free throw line. It's what you want from Jimmy all the time. And it's how it's been since Kyle came back.
I fucks with it, Welsh. I fucks with it. But yeah, I think you make solid points. Like, this was just Jimmy being Jimmy. Like, I think a lot of us, when they were talking about that point, when Jimmy was talking about that point guard shit, a lot of us kind of like, winced a little bit. Like, we don't want that. Like, we don't need that. And I think having Kyle Lowry back, like, helps accentuate the point that we don't need you to be that, Jimmy. We need you to be this. So, Kendall, I want you to talk about the difference, I guess the stark difference, and what it's like to have Kyle Lowry back, putting Jimmy in position to score, as opposed to him trying to be a goddamn facilitator.
Yeah, that whole like, oh, I'm more satisfied with an assist. I don't give a fuck what you satisfied with, bro. We need you to get buckets. And like I said, like seeing Kyle go to the bench first after we got Bam and Jimmy in positions to be scorers. I really, really like that because hopefully it keeps their mind on track to be aggressive to score the ball, and then look at for your other guys secondary because I mean this is their team. Seeing Jimmy tonight, I mean, y'all think it was quiet. I don't really think so. I mean, he was definitely aggressive. He got to the line 7 times, and he was in the paint with it. In the first half, I felt like Jimmy was, he was definitely the best player on the court. I think Bam was the most aggressive, but Jimmy was doing his thing. And these are the type of games that we need from him. Piccolo. Nah, if anything, UD is Piccolo. But those are the type of games that we need from him. We need Jimmy to score, bro. We need Jimmy. How many shots Jimmy got up tonight? 13. 13 and got to the line. I don't need pass first Jimmy, man. I do not need it. I want this guy going to the hole, like getting buckets. Because when you came here, your reputation was Jimmy Buckets, not Jimmy Dimes. Jimmy Dimes is a waste of time. And you damn sure ain't gonna waste mine. I can put these rhymes. Hey, hoodie on. Hey, boy, don't get me started, man.
About to go 106 in Park Freestyle Friday. I did bit one time, boy.
Blind Fury. Hey, man. But yeah,
real ones understand that reference.
Yeah, not a lot of people there. You had to watch Friday.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the Jimmy that we need. That's the Jimmy that we need. Hey, thanks, Marshall Mathers.
Why you got to do that?
Shout out Greg, man.
But for those of y'all didn't know, like Greg and Alex did a color cast tonight where they were actually commentating the game. Shit was super dope, bro. I jumped in there. I listened to the whole thing. I listened to them instead of Crowdy and E-Reed and had a much more enjoyable experience. Like listening to the game, just listening from their perspective. It was pretty dope. Next time they do one, bro, make sure y'all check that out. I want to get to Tyler Herro tonight because in the first half, he was absolute shit. And then in the second half, he came out and was dominant. Like that's just and that was the sum of his night tonight. So we're gonna go in reverse order this time, starting with Kendall. Kendall, give me your thoughts on Tyler Herro's game today. What the fuck are people talking about? Like it's a trade official. Welcome back, Goran.
No, someone made a comment, and as usual, the comment section worked themselves into a shoot and started believing a joke to be reality.
Hey, Ricky, you're on fire today, by the way.
It happened literally in like a minute.
you said Ricky on fire today?
Yeah, working into a shoot. This man is dropping every reference ever, man.
Hey.
The boy is a beast. I don't know what happened to King Brian. Hopefully he gets back here. But Kendall, we're going to start with you on the Tyler Herro conversation. Tell me about his game tonight.
I was a little uneasy because,
Tyler is grown up, Gohan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Team Gohan was a goon. Y'all better not put him in that category.
Yeah.
When he was fighting
Gohan got
Cell, yeah, when he went in Cell net, yeah.
Hey, yo,
that's Max Streets when he hot.
Ooh. Yes.
But Tyler, man, I was a little uneasy at first because he wasn't good offensively in the first half, but defensively, the effort was there. Yeah, smash that like button. Fuck y'all doing, man.
Yeah, let's do that, man. Make sure y'all subscribe.
Wasting some real niggas' time, man. It's Black History Month. Stop playing with me.
Come on now.
Playing with my face card before I come apply pressure in the street, man.
Nah, teach these devils, man. Teach these devils.
Hey, I'm gonna hurt these devils.
Fuck what they talking about. Devil. Fuck you talking about.
My month, nigga.
Kendall, can you please explain to me why you're so angry? I just want to know. I don't mean any disrespect or anything. I just want to know why you're so mad. What does that mean?
I don't have.
Shut up, Joe Rogan.
I don't have a good communication and collaboration with the people in the front office. Therefore, even though I have a 9-8 record and 10-6 record, I may lose my job. Something that this franchise hasn't seen in about 20 years. I did it. but they about to bring in somebody else. A half of me. Harlem
Okay.
Logic.
Hey man.
Okay.
But back to Tyler. Let me give Tyler some props because I usually shit on him. I was a little
Bobby
uneasy
biracial.
but
White passing.
that boy was
You gonna
definitely
get
making plays on the defensive end. This is about to go into a whole different
Yes, indeed.
show,
Go ahead.
and I'm for it. That boy, like somebody else said, he was in passing lanes. He was D'ing up against LaMelo. You know what I'm saying? So yes, we needed his scoring in the first half, and it felt a little uneasy. But like TJ said earlier, hey, that boy started teeing off. Like, it's cool though, and I like it because it's like shit. He was playing good defensively. He wasn't getting taken advantage of too much. You know what I'm saying? So he was even on that end. And to see his defense be steady like that, and then his offense pick up, that's an encouraging sight. That's something I like to see. And Hornets, they're an athletic team, and for him to to hold his weight and 10 toes down and not fuck around, I love it. I love it. He got to stay. That's where he need to stay consistent at, because if he can stay consistent doing that, you know what I'm saying, then I ain't against, because the double nickel is an op. So I will never be against putting that boy in the starting five. If he could do that, you know what I'm saying, on the defensive end, I am not against putting that boy in the starting five. So shout out to Tyler. He played a good game today. I can't even hate on him.
For sure. Jack Daniels. Short answer, Jimmy Butler, long-term Bam Adebayo. Twan, the man Tyler Herro, bro. 7-13, 19 points plus 23. What you like from him tonight?
Hey man, the bully hooping, man. I don't know, man. It's a part of his growth, right? You used to see the Tyler ain't doing nothing offensively. You're kind of just like, all right, it's gonna be one of them nights. But then he gives you defensive effort in the first half. You seen the shot wasn't falling, he wasn't really doing much. I think, like I said, I think he had like 3 points in the first half. But then he's like stopping Miles Bridges, and it's like, okay, hold on, for real. But then he's like D'ing up LaMelo Ball, and it's like, okay, hold on, and he's like stripping dudes and like in the right position consistently, and like getting consistent stops and getting us out in transition. Like, and then you saw the offense start to get to, and then he start hitting ridiculous stuff like fades in the corner and random pull-ups, and like it all started to come together late. So you're not just seeing these lulls where Tyler's just not doing anything. Every game, if it's not the shot that's falling, if it's not the three that's falling, he's got the mid-range going. If it's not necessarily the shooting, it's the passing that's there, it's the playmaking. And then tonight we got to see the defense. So we're seeing him put different parts of his game together to where if something isn't there, at least he's doing something to be productive on the floor, versus, your bull 55. So, yeah.
It was. If I had one critique for Tyler, it'd be that he has to clean up, his ball security. Like, bro is really loose with the ball. Like,
he gets to that rim and he'll launch that bitch out of there, boy. He be throwing grenades out of there, boy. Once he get up under that rim and he probing, he gonna sling that bitch. So you better watch your head.
He jumping on the baseline and he throwing that thing.
That boy look like an all-star dodgeball player the way he be swinging that shit, boy.
Yeah, it looked good when it worked.
When it worked, it looked lovely.
When it worked, it looked good. But I'm saying more often than not, the shit ain't working. He fumbling the ball and is leading the turnovers. But other than that, you ain't got, like Twan said, like you ain't got much to complain about. Offense wasn't going in the first half, so he kind of bullied up on defense a little bit. Brian, you jumped out of here for a little bit, but we're talking about Tyler right now. Give me your thoughts on Tyler's game tonight.
Yeah, so first of all, Tyler's my guy. That's my favorite player on the team. I've never said a negative word about Tyler ever in my life. But, yeah, no, I thought he started off a little slow, but that's cool. I mean, in the sense where he didn't contribute much offensively. Like usually you used to seeing Tyler come in and just go on scoring binges. We didn't really have that tonight, but he had it in the fourth quarter, and I feel like sometimes with Tyler, he comes in and he just dominates the ball, right? Like you see everybody defer to Tyler, right? And if he starts off cold, that can continue the whole game. But I feel like today was an example of him kind of working his way into the offense. And I kind of like that. I kind of like when Tyler finds his spots off ball, gets himself going a little bit, and then he works his way up to a big finish. I thought defensively, you guys mentioned, like, he had 3 steals tonight. He was playing the passing lanes really, really well, which I think that is something you kind of see in spurts from Tyler, not something consistent. But the fact that he did it tonight, that he actually showed some decent defense, that's encouraging. he's putting these little parts of his game together, and you got a real player in your hands, man. Like, the scoring has been in an all-star level. If he can do everything else, that's a damn good player.
Yeah, there are actually some cases for him being at an all-star level period this year anyway. Like, it's like people been making that conversation. I think the right people got in over him. Just for full disclosure, I think the right people got in over Tyler Herro. But there were some cases. I made a case for him over Fred VanVleet solely because of team success. But if we're not in the 1 seed, then I can't make that argument.
Especially when they bust their ass twice too.
Exactly. And Fred out here bombing threes like from 30 plus feet out there. Like, you got to give him credit. Kane, Ricky, talk about Tyler's game tonight.
So Kendall mentioned a little bit of something about Tyler's defense tonight, and I want to take that one step further. Tyler Herro, physically, there are perhaps maybe certain physical limitations that might give him problems with more athletic offensive players. However, tonight, I believe, was an opportunity for him to work on more discipline on both sides of the ball. For example, I think it might have been you, Royal, that mentioned that he needs to be a lot more tighter with ball handling skills. That's a great opportunity tonight because the Hornets aren't necessarily an Eastern Conference contending team, but they're a team that will give you problems if you think you just walk in there and think you're going to do all right.
Yeah, and they suck defensively.
Well, there you go. And not only that, but on defense, this was an opportunity for Tyler to work on the defensive discipline or the defensive principles that he has, that he's being taught by this coaching staff. Because when it comes time, like later on down the road, later on in this season, you're going to want Tyler Herro to be closing games for you. And if that is possible, and if that's going to happen, and if you're going to be able to put yourself in position to benefit from whatever he can offer you on offense, he has to be competent defensively. And if he's unable to do that, if he's unable to shore up those defensive principles that this coaching staff is teaching him, then it'll be a lot harder for him to be a closer. And if he's a closer, along with everything else that we've mentioned before, it just makes Miami all the more lethal heading into the playoffs.
Yes, indeed. I don't think. Oh no, me and Kendall finna rob somebody after this. That's the only reason why I got this video. But but while we talking about it, y'all need to make sure y'all get y'all security up by visiting cpt-florida.com because those boys handle all that type of stuff.
Come
security
on now.
services.
Come on now.
Come on, it's ridiculous, ain't it, Twan? It's ridiculous. But cpt-florida.com, they handle all types of IT services for small businesses. But they are giving out, I think Ethan said it was a 20% discount on security services if you mention 5 reasons. So make sure you visit cpt-florida.com or give them a phone call at 954-963-2775. And we want to thank them for their patronage, and that's their beautiful website. You can take that out the way. I said, oh, you know what? Luja, I also agree. We do deserve more likes. Everybody, it's 355 people in here, which means we should have at least 355 likes on this video. So make sure you hit that like button. If you are not already subscribed to the 5 Reasons Sports Network, please hit that subscribe button as well. Loads of Heat content, loads of Dolphins content, and we about to smash y'all ass over the next week with content. So make sure you are here for that. So let's talk about Kyle Lowry because Kyle Lowry, to me, is an interesting case. I wanted him to shoot more than 2 shots in the first half. He shot 4 shots in the second half, and that seemed like enough, like to me. But we seem like we're having the same conversation about Kyle that we had in the beginning, where it's like he's still trying to reacclimate himself and find out when he should shoot, when he doesn't have to ask anybody for permission. He can just shoot when he wants. Ricky, do you want Kyle Lowry to shoot more, or are you okay with how he played tonight?
We have shooters on this team.
Sure.
I think it's important for Kyle Lowry to have some semblance of offense because that basically forces the defense to stay honest about him. Because if he never shoots and if he's like a Rajon Rondo type, then we'll know when he's doing that same old fake behind the back pass up to the left. Like, they're not going to have to worry about that because he'll have that instinct where it's like, oh, yeah, I'm not actually going to shoot. And that makes the defense, it's not going to keep the defense guessing. I don't think Kyle Lowry should necessarily be first or even second or maybe even third in field goal attempts on this team, but it's necessary for him as the point guard to get everybody else involved, pick his spots on offense in order that the guys that were that saw their games improve and mature during that 14-8 stretch when Bam was out to continue to do so. So that way they'll feel even more confident heading into the playoffs. I think if Kyle is able to play a balanced game where he picks his spots, feels the game, and plays within himself, then he'll have done his job as this team's point guard. Because, like I started with to kick the show off, Bam has to be who he can become. He has to ascend. And then you have Jimmy, hopefully not taking threes in the fourth quarter, especially after the 2-minute mark. Once those things are dealt with, Kyle Lowry picks his spots, gets everybody else involved. Tyler Herro's right there. It's a four-headed monster at least.
Yeah, Flawless Day. I fucks with it. If y'all get the video up to 200 likes in the next 10 minutes, because that's about when we're going to wrap this up. Yeah, I'll show y'all my head, bro. I don't mind. Thank you, Voodoo Visions, for the $4.99. Don't know. He said, man, I don't care if Bam missed 100 shots tonight as long as he took 300. I'm glad Lowry is back, making them more aggressive. No, for sure. And that's the conversation that we're having right now. Do you believe Bam's aggression is tied to Kyle Lowry, Twan, or do you believe that Kyle Lowry just I know it's tied to it because Bam is reluctant to shoot at best, but Kyle Lowry kind of helps him in that regard. How does Kyle Lowry kind of help everybody else get into their role by kind of taking away from himself to empower other people to shoot?
I think Kyle has we've seen it. Like Kyle got a switch that he can obviously hit. When Bam and Jimmy were out, that's when we saw him the shooting and everything come along. And now he's taking more shots. He's getting 20+ points or whatever. Like he has a switch. And right now he's playing the game I'm starting to understand what he's doing. He's playing the game okay, Bam, we're gonna need Bam. So Bam has to be this dude. So I'm not gonna, if he's gonna pass the ball back to me, guess what? You're getting it right back. I'm gonna get out the way and you do what you gotta do. Jimmy, we're gonna give it to you early in transition, get to your spot, do what you gotta do, and I'm gonna let y'all figure it out. Even with Tyler on the floor, I'm gonna defer to Tyler and let Tyler be this dude. I'm gonna defer to Gabe a little bit and let Gabe get some run because we're gonna need these guys come playoff time. Because Kyle is of the mindset, hey, I can flip this whenever I want to. I can still be this guy. I'll understand where I can get my shots at because I saw this when all these dudes were out and I had no choice but to get my shots. So I think he's doing what he's supposed to do. And I think on the play, like Ricky said, during the playoffs, we're going to see him ramp it up a whole lot more. I just think right now he's kind of just getting everybody comfortable with what he's going to need them to do when it comes to the playoff time.
I think I agree with that. Brian, do you think that's what it is? Do you think this is a deliberate thing by Kyle Lowry to kind of get these guys into a rhythm because of the stretch that he had where he can get his own? Or do you think it's just kind of Kyle not being aggressive enough?
No, I think it's 100% that there are other guys on this team who can score. Like Kyle doesn't need to be the guy taking 15 shots a game. Like Ricky mentioned, it is that Rajon Rondo season, except that Kyle has way more as a scorer than Rondo ever did. So, if there are moments where he needs to score, he can score. If not, he's got other guys to do that. And at how old is Kyle? 35, 34? One of those two. Like, you don't need that guy at that age who's already shown what he can do as a scorer to, be looking for a shot like that. Like his job, the reason he's on this team is to get guys like Jimmy, Kyle, or like Jimmy, Bam, and Tyler going. So I love it. Like I love when Kyle's, not taking a million shots, like 4, 5, or 6 stat line. Like I'm cool with that. As long as he's getting guys into their spots, he's cool with me.
And real quick, I don't want him passing up no layups. Like he was at the rim and kicked out of that. Like don't do that. But I understand if you're trying to get guys involved.
Yeah. So Kendall, let me ask you this: which one would you prefer? Would you prefer the Kyle now that's kind of intentionally making Bam shoot the ball, or do you prefer the Kyle with when they were out, where he's getting assists, but he's also consistently attacking, looking for his own? Like I believe there's somewhere in the middle that he can get to. But if you had to pick one, which one of those would you prefer he do come playoff time?
I want the guy who's finna go get his own and get them assists in between. I mean, an aggressive mindset is how I like to see the best players on shout out to you. On my team play. That's how I would like to see him play. I hear what y'all saying with, like he getting people involved, but I mean Bam a grown ass man. Jimmy a grown ass man. Like motherfuckers, y'all know when to fucking shoot. You know what I'm saying? That holding the hand shit, that I understood it in the beginning because that's, getting a rhythm, getting a flow. And I know they haven't played a lot with each other. But I mean, the time for that shit is it's time to wrap that shit up. It's time, at the All-Star break, wrap that shit up because it's like,
D. Alex Toledo, ladies and gentlemen, is in the comments right now. We got a celebrity. That boy is famous. I just want to put that out there. Go ahead.
He be holding people accountable out here, man.
Yes, indeed. He talk to Spo on a regular basis.
Yeah. But yeah, I need that. I need Kyle, like, when we come back from All-Star break, I need Kyle to pick it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not with the whole, like, getting people in the spots. I like the way that it flowed tonight, though. Like, I like the way it happened tonight with him being the first one to the bench. And, he came in with that second unit. And that's where I would like to see him be a scorer and be more aggressive and look to a shot when it's him and Tyler. But yeah, like I'm not a big fan of the whole, like, he's here, to run the offense and fuck that. Boy, you too nice. Like you made an All-Star like 4 or 5 times in a row when you was in Toronto. Like you too nice to just be like, you can't be passive. We can't look at Bam, you know what I'm saying? We need Bam to be aggressive. I need all three of them ass to be aggressive. The one person that's gonna be aggressive, and I'm not worried about him being aggressive. We more worried about him being like lackadaisical with the ball is Tyler, like, and knowing when to shoot. Like his is more like when to get your shots and stuff. Like Jimmy and Bam, y'all need to be aggressive. Kyle, you too, bro. Like, fuck all that assist shit. Like, it'll come. Because my thing is this, like, if Kyle is aggressive looking for his shot, bro, if you start like 3 or 4 in the first quarter, you know what I'm saying, and you get downhill twice, bro, that's going to make it easier to get the ball to Bam in the paint instead of the mid-range. And that's another thing. Like, a lot of Bam shots were mid-ranges tonight and jump shots. I want that boy in the paint. So it's like, be aggressive and try to open it up for him too sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Not just get here in the post and get it to him on the block and do work, but I need him to be aggressive in his scoring as well because, my theory, like my one fear and concern for the team is the scoring punch. Is it going to be there? Like, and like, I don't believe in the whole turn it on thing for everybody. Everybody ain't got that for me. Like, you got to be one of them ones. And Kyle ain't one of them ones. Not on my tiers. Like, we seen it, but he ain't one of them ones. And where he could just say, oh, you on me? Okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see the aggressive mindset, you know what I'm saying? Because scoring is my main concern with this team.
No, for sure. I think scoring, we need all that. Oh, the boy Pride by Pat TV. Thank you for the $2 dono. He said, what's going on, fellas? The boy feeling good? Yes, indeed, Pride by Pat TV. We blew that shit out tonight. So, the boys always feeling lovely out here. Want to thank everybody from the international crew that's in here. Saw a lot of different countries in here showing love to 5 Reasons. We appreciate you guys staying up all the time. My boy Issa Quay out there from Brazil. That's my guy. I love this man. And I love his name. Man, Joseph Blanco said if the Heat goes to the finals, we better have a Mr. and Mrs. Royal S post-game show. Those of you don't know, my wife hosted the last post-game show, did a phenomenal job. I appreciate her for stepping in for me. Yeah. Any other topics? I'll let you guys get one last word in on this game before we move on to the next one. Starting with Ricky, last topic that you want to talk about, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm a little bit more optimistic heading into this week, a lot more optimistic than I was last week or last season, because in terms of trade rumors, you're dealing with a group of veterans, many of whom are likely not to be moved anyways. If anything, the players that we end up moving late next Thursday are guys that were at the end of the bench or guys that weren't performing anyways, like Markieff Morris, Duncan Robinson, maybe Omer Yurtseven as like a sweetener. So I
Duncan
think
at the end of the bench and he start.
who?
I love it.
Who?
Duncan is at the end of the bench and he'll start.
Oh, he's at the end of mine. Anyways, but yeah, so yeah, like guys like that, okay, whatever. We managed to get the first seed somehow with him sucking for half the season. So if he sucks his way next week, because, oh my God, trade rumors have me feeling some type of way, whatever. It is what it is. Ship him out. It is what it is. The vets are staking here. We know what the core is. And to briefly go back on something that Kendall said, one thing I do like about Kyle Lowry is that he is, I believe, one of the only players on this team that is famous for touchdown passes. And when you're dealing with a point guard like him that can pretty much release everyone, all you got to do, you get a guy that rebounds the ball, give it to Kyle, pitch it forward, that encourages the players to get involved, in addition to Kyle Lowry bringing up. So that just adds multiple dimensions to this Heat's offense. And the sooner, and I'll just wrap it up with moving forward beyond the trade deadline and everything, the hope is right now that Jimmy is rounding into form again in terms of health and play on the court, that Kyle Lowry is rounding into form, and Bam is hopefully, we'll have to see it to believe it, rounding into form in terms of being aggressive. And this could be the real opportunity for this Heat team, which is currently hovering in the top 3 in terms of record in the East, to potentially create some real space after the All-Star break, when Eric Spoelstra is known for being a much better coach record-wise. It allows these guys to really get some reps in together with a finalized team. The buyout deadline is pretty much over. This could be a really solid stretch for this Heat team. I'm optimistic about that sort of thing. We'll have to see what happens next. I don't know who we're even playing next. I imagine we'll find that out shortly. But it's looking pretty good right now in terms of rhythm.
Yeah, for sure. Somebody said put that Tua comment up. What Tua comment? Hold on.
Me Jr. better arm than Tua.
Huh?
Me Jr. better arm than Tua.
I can't even see it, but that shit. This.
Somebody said. I said.
Oh yeah. Of course, it would be Kendall to say. What it up? What was Bruh said? He got 100 likes. No, the deal was 200 likes. If you don't get that video up to 200 likes in these next 9 minutes, then it won't be going down. We have 110 right now with 343 people watching this video. That means you got 90 people who should be putting this in there. So, Twan, give me your final thoughts on this game before we move on to the next one.
I'm excited about what this team is going to look like moving forward. I'm a little scared about the Bam hand thing. Like, that bothers me. I hope he's healthy. We can't afford no more bad luck with injuries with this team. I would hate to see it. They're starting to trend in the right direction. They're finally starting to get some guys back, finally starting to get a rhythm. We've won 2 games in a row after dropping, 3, 4, somewhere around there. And we got the Wizards next game, so that's about to be another dub. Y'all already know. So, yeah, I like what's happening. Hopefully Bam can continue to be aggressive. I don't see any reason why he can't continue that next game. Jimmy, the same thing. Kyle, just getting guys involved. Hopefully that guy isn't on the team very soon, next Thursday. So everything's looking up. Everything's looking good.
Bro, you're a different type of freak. So I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. You be saying some weird shit in these comments.
Weird,
yeah, bro. He's super weird, bro. He's been like that for like the whole 2 years that I've been hosting this shit, bro. He's just a strange human being. He cool though, but don't, bro. Enough, bro. Thank you, Jordan L, for the 199. Don't know. He said your thoughts on Victor Oladipo reverse dunk. Listen, until I see him do that in an actual game,
without hurting himself.
Yeah, I don't care nothing about none of these videos about Victor Oladipo.
No, y'all seen that UD clip? He was locking him up. I don't want to hear nothing.
He got a contested shot versus UD. I don't want to see
no
nothing
separation
until Victor Oladipo comes and plays in the game, which should be relatively soon. If you believe what you're saying, then I'll believe it when I see it. Brian, give me your final thoughts on this game before we move on to the next one, brother.
Yeah, so since the last topic was Kyle Lowry, I just want to say that there was a play where Mason Plumlee was guarding him on the 3-point line, and Kyle Lowry couldn't get past him. That was a little I was like, ugh.
Right at the top of the key. He had a 2-way to go, man.
Yeah, I'm like, that's bad. So that's my main. But the Kendall's point earlier, he's right. You do need Kyle Lowry to be a scorer at times. You can't really just have him flow through games, and it does make it easier for everybody else if he's putting pressure on the defense. And yeah, Jimmy and Bam shouldn't need Kyle Lowry to hold their hands to score. Just shoot the fucking ball. It's not that hard. But yeah, that's all.
For sure. Kane Kendall, final thoughts on this game before we move to the next one, bro.
As Thursday approaches, I want that little roach off of this team. Platt Riley, you're supposed to be the godfather. Make something happen. Go hunting. This team can be so much better if we add something not named Duncan Robinson. It's players out there. And if you search hard enough, you will find. I know it's been people talk about something saying this ain't 2K. And I just seen the Clippers do one of the most best 2K My player game slotters are in my favor, so I do. Force trade was on. Like, bro, I don't even play video games, bro. But they ran a Ponzi scheme finesse like no other. And you telling me that the great Pat Riley can't do that with one of the best shooters in the league on a decent contract, bro? It can happen. Go hunting because we could be better. And next game, you already know what's gonna happen, but I'm gonna say that because I know Roy gonna ask.
I'm telling you, but no, look, I wouldn't be
coming
surprised.
off of it until I
know, bro. I already know, but it's like I wouldn't be surprised if we see KZ traded instead of Duncan Robinson. Like that. That's where I'm at. Like it.
I'll be honest.
Go ahead.
Would I little peek behind the curtain? I'd be a little more disappointed in KZ getting traded than Duncan Robinson.
Absolutely.
You still
Like,
I feel like you didn't even try.
They can't do that to me, bro.
Well, KZ,
Especially
can't
when you
trade
hear
KZ
Duncan's
over
name
Duncan,
and
bro.
potential things.
I think the reason that you feel like that is because they will be trading KZ immediately after we finally saw something.
Bro, finally,
After we finally saw something. We saw him next to PJ Tucker. It's like, okay, there's a basketball player in there, and then they trade him. But honestly, I just feel like that's what this team is. Like, I feel like the move that they would make wouldn't necessarily be a move to improve the roster per se. It'll be something to kind of like clear up some space so they can attack somebody in the buyout market or something, even though that may be a little bit barren. I don't know, bro. The closer we get to it, the more I'm starting to feel like Duncan Robinson ain't gonna be here. Like I'm contrary to how many of us may feel, I just feel like the boy Duncan Robinson gonna be here. But Kane Kendall, we're gonna start with you on this shit. We're going to Washington. That shit trash. They got a future Heatle over there in Bradley Beal. The boy feeling good.
The boy is feeling amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Cause that wizard pack is about to be blazing. We finna put their ass in some papers. The big one, the big papers.
Yes, sir.
I don't know about y'all. You know,
Hey,
y'all might need
y'all use Gravelly down there at the crib, man.
I don't know what they use, but
that's what
I
I said,
use papers. Easy on the throat so I can talk my shit. You feel
Healthy
me?
smoke.
We finna bust their ass. Brad Bill wrist hurt or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's easy work. You know what I'm saying? That's a shitty ass team right now. They don't like each other. Spencer Dinwiddie is a nerd, bro. You took your shit in Bitcoin and now your shit probably going down. You bum ass boy. We finna come in there and get about a 15, 17 point dub, and we gonna, keep this road trip moving and grooving.
Yes, indeed. King Brian, the boy feeling good.
Boy feeling frosted flakes great. Oh, we doubled by 40. Like, I'm trying to get Bradley Beal up out of here as quick as possible. So, as bad as we can make it, I'm with it.
For sure. King Twan, the boy feeling good?
Oh, you already know the boy's feeling lovely. Heat by a million. Bam, go in there. Do you some tampering. Get your boy down to South Beach. Get him in the Heat jersey. We gonna be good. That's the only reason we there. We on a business assignment. We gotta do what we gotta do, and we getting out of there. So yes,
whether it's at the deadline in the off season, bro, I'm with that boy coming on home. Oh man. Ricky J. Mark, the boy feeling good?
Let me just grab this mic for a second and tell y'all something crazy.
Come on now.
Not only am I feeling good, I am feeling fantastic. I'm so good right now. I feel like I just took a dip in the waters of Lake Minnetonka. I feel so good. Because you know why? Washington, D.C. has been taking L's since at least 2016. That's multi-level for those of you that don't understand what I'm saying.
They ain't know what you can.
Okay. They have their fan base apoplectic right now. Okay. Apoplectic. For those of you that are familiar, go back and check to see what happened when they gave up like a 35-point lead to a trash team and ended up losing at the final buzzer when one of their guys actually fouled a guy shooting a three. It's not easy for them right now, and it's not going to be easy because guess what? Once they trade away Bradley Beal, and once he leaves, you know what's going to happen? It's going to be another 5 to 7 years of irrelevance for the Washington, D.C. Wizards. So here's the thing. I feel real good tonight.
Yes,
I feel
indeed.
fantastic. Miami's going to go in there. They're going to spank them like they stole something. They're going to leave. The trade deadline's going to come and go. That double nickel or the dime squared that is often mentioned on this post-game show is going to be no more. And then this Heat team is going to slide right into the postseason. So long story short, I'm feeling good.
Man.
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling, dare I say, swell. Enjoy your evening, boys.
Man, sliding there like KY, dog.
Horny as hell.
Jonathan Robinson, the man behind the camera tonight. My man decided to jump on here with the Canes one time to diversify the panel. We appreciate you for coming on here, Robinson. The boy feeling good.
The boy feeling good. You know I had to hop on here one time just to say what's up. And make sure you guys also check out the 3-Piece Combo MMA show going live in about 15 minutes just after the fight just went down. We'll break that all down for you, me and my boy Johan Blanco. But as always, as far as the next Heat game, the boy feeling good. Appreciate you having me. You guys killed it, and have a great rest of your show.
Appreciate
Play the video, Ramadan.
No, not yet. Wait, because I ain't told him yet. He about to blow that shit up. Okay? I believe all these Canes have given you all the reasons that will happen, and I shall not try to upstage them by giving you any other reasons. They have given you everything that you needed. So thank you guys in the comments, as always, for joining us, making the show much more fun than it would have been without you. Thank you to every one of these beautiful Black Kings for joining me this evening. My boy Kendall, my man Ricky J. Mark, my man Twan, and my guy Brian. And we will see you guys on Monday. And y'all stay tuned. Make sure y'all check us out in 15 minutes. My boy Ramadan back, the 3-Piece Combo fight show, or whatever the fuck he just called it. I don't remember the name that fast, but y'all know what he's talking about. He's talking about motherfuckers getting their necks broken and shit like that. If you like that kind of shit, stay there. Hey, bro, listen. Get the fuck out of my comments, ho. I don't give a fuck about your poverty-ass team, bitch. Your best
Boy
player
live in Charlotte.
Bitch, your best player played 22 minutes tonight. Fuck is you talking about? Talk about the Heat suck. We just blew y'all ass out. Bitch ass boy. Take your whole ass.
What?
My boy Lewis, you back? Oh, yeah, I appreciate you for coming back, my boy. I appreciate you, bro. He said he back again. But back to this fuck boy over here, Hornets fan.
Puss ass boy.
Puss ass boy. Ugly ass boy.
Stanky booty ass boy. Shitty booty ass boy. Ashy neck ass boy.
Garbage can leg ass boy.
Peg leg
Pokemon
Joe looking
mouth
ass boy.
Digimon back ass boy.
Your parents are disappointed in you.
Neck ass boy.
High back ass boy.
Blue eyes white dragon mama looking ass boy.
Telling you Yu-Gi-Oh back ass boy. Fuck is wrong?
It should have been me, face ass boy.
Telling you, Bulbasaur face ass. Play the video, Ramadan.
Jimmy Buckets! Clutch time! Tyler Herro, what a finisher he's becoming.
Lane, Oladipo. Oh! That's right. You better mean mug after you dunk on somebody that way.